What's going on, guys? Coach Stoneface here with that first video that I promised you in NHL franchise mode. Now we're going to see what my editing skills are like to see if I'm able to get the video of me talking added into the gameplay, but if not, I do have my capture card coming in the next couple days here and I will get a video going properly. For now, I'm just going to take you a quick run through of what the team's going to look like. Wanting to keep this pretty vanilla, as I said, I'm going to go with one of the least controversial things I can, and that's going to be the Thunder Bay North Stars. Reason for this is it's Thunder Bay. We're going into the Pacific Division anyway, so I try to find a team that's could be in the Pacific Division. Didn't want to be Seattle because everybody's being Seattle. So I researched Thunder Bay, and their junior hockey team is called the North Stars. So just a quick look, based on my experience with NHL franchise mode, that your team prestige and market and fan base, all that does make a difference when you are trying to re-sign players going forward. So I just made it pretty basic, medium, hardcore, devoted, high here. I increased all of our, seating and concessions and all that kind of thing. I heard it makes a difference, so we're going to go with it. Our arena name Sunshine Palace. For those of you who didn't know, that Thunder Bay does have the most daylight every year in Eastern Canada, so thought that was pretty cool. That's what the team's looking like. Our uniforms right there. We are going with basically what the old Minnesota North Stars looked like, but this is actually fairly close to what the Thunder Bay North Stars use for colorway and logos as well. So that is the team there. Our mascot, nothing crazy. He is just the basic guy using team colors. Same thing with our arena. Let's see if we get a preview going here. Preview our arena. So we got our logo in the middle there. And again, everything is just your basic colorways, nothing too crazy. One thing I'm not a big fan of is changing the goalpost colors. They're red. That's what they're supposed to be. That's what we're staying with right now. Look down. So, yes. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's save the team and see what we can do. Gotta love it when the Xbox is slower than you. Alright. So, our GM name will be Coach Stoneface. So, in this episode today, we are going to do... Oh, I can't spell. We're going to do just your basic getting the team set up. We're going to do the expansion draft. And maybe after that, we will maybe see if we can get into that first draft as well. One thing I didn't show you guys is I am doing just your standard 30-second team edition. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not doing custom teams, custom rosters, anything like that. I just don't want the headache too long. So let's just go Coach. I know everybody, when they do their franchise modes, they do things a little bit different. Did not do anything with the AHL team. That's fine. Don't really care. And there we are. Everyone wants to put challenges on when you're doing the first expansion draft, and I do understand that. I'm not a big proponent of doing challenges on the very first go. Let's get used to a couple things. Let's get used to my YouTube style. Let's get used to what you guys are looking for. So a couple things. We're going to turn owner mode off. Don't need that. Salary cap, yes. GM firings off. Computer trades, of course. Player morale, I always keep on. If you do a good job, it's going to help your team develop a little bit better, which I always like. Fog of War is off. I spent all my time scouting amateur. I don't really want to have to do Fog of War. To me, it's just not... It's a really cool aspect of it, but for doing the YouTube portion of this, I don't want to deal with the headaches. Head coach edit lines off. Auto owner mode. Relocation, no. All right. Going to do a couple of things here with the rules and settings as well. Quick settings here. We do turn injuries off for the regular season. just easier. Haven't decided whether or not I'm going to leave them off for the playoffs or not. I will leave that up to you guys. Period length doesn't really matter. I guess I'll go with that right now too. Most franchise modes, you don't see people playing. I do see a couple guys who play 1 every 5 games, 1 every 10 games. I am completely open to whatever you guys would like best. So I'm going to keep it as though we're not going to do any playing. But if you do want me to play some, seeing how bad I really am, I am fine with that. So just your auto-save stuff, computer trades are on. Difficulty will be, you know what, if we are going to play games, we'll keep it all-star, but if you guys want me to go up to superstar, I can. Trade difficulty, I'm going to leave it on at medium. I believe that is just the fairest way to do things. Everybody does love a good trade, but let's keep it as realistic as possible. Auto scouting, yeah. Auto staff management, no. Perfect. And advanced settings, there's one I usually check here. Alright, auto rotate goalies, yes. Head coach, no. Alright, where are we? Down here. Blockbuster trade, oh. I've been doing, I know what it is now. I've been doing a couple different offline modes here, just getting used to franchise mode as much as I can. Where you can't make trades and different things like that, just to see what it is like to build up a team. So I've been editing a whole bunch of these trade offer notifications, which is why I came here. But for this mode, we can trade, we can have fun, and let's do that. So let's start the career here. Keep salary cap on. Alright, now when I do look for players, what I'm looking for is essentially the best trade bait right now. We're going to try to get a good team. We're going to try to get a good nucleus. One thing I do try to do is pick up some guys in two-way contracts, some people that may develop into something more. Obviously there's going to be a couple people showing up here, like your Mark Giordano's, your Ryan McDonough's, your Brent Burns, who do carry a ton of trade value. Being the very first one, I fully expect to take those guys. I apologize. I know it's probably not the popular opinion, but it is what I plan on doing. So let's advance to expansion draft here. Awesome. Where did we... Thunder Bay 3-6. We got demolished on this draft lottery. I hate that. It's so dumb. I'm watching a couple of YouTube streamers right now for the franchise mode, and they keep talking about how the worst thing you can do is finish dead last because you are never going to win the lottery. And honestly, I don't remember if I've ever won the lottery finishing dead last. But going from 3-6 on our expansion draft, not a great situation. All right. Well, let's see what is to come here in the expansion draft. Begin. All right, Anaheim here. What do we have with Anaheim? Adam Enrique, fun fact, I did go to high school with Adam Enrique for 1 year. Sat beside him in a math class when he was there. It was right before he went off to play junior in Windsor. Andre Cachet, I mean, everybody picks him up. I'm torn here because, again, 3 years, $2.6 million, pretty good. He's 23 years old. I find he doesn't develop that well, and he requests the most ridiculous, during contract negotiation, he wants so much money. One thing I do like with Derek Grant right now is he is killing it for me in fantasy hockey. Will not be taking the defenseman here. I end up taking way too many D, using him as trade bait, so I don't need to be doing this right now. As I say that, I think Brendan Gould is a pretty good option as a two-way, with a two-way contract there. 8 games, top 4, second-round pick. Oh, man, he could develop, eh? Dotchin. Oh, man, defensive defenseman, don't want that. Sprong's too old for me. No, he's only 22. Who am I thinking of? You know what? Daniel Sprong might be the way to go here. He does have pretty good skating, 3.5 stars, but he is not too bad. Senses are pretty good. No poise. Shots just okay for a sniper. I'd like to see that a little bit higher, but Cachet. Let's see what his skating is 3.5. His shot's way better for what you should be looking at. Puck skills are good. His poise is a lot higher. His defense awareness is what it is for a sniper. You know what? I hate to say this because I just said I don't want to do it. Everybody does it, but I will be going with Andre Cachet here. All right, Arizona. Goligoski, Demers, Grabner, Panic. Hinestroza is another one of those funny ones where I have seen him develop into something crazy. I've actually seen him win a couple Hart trophies in some franchise modes, which is always pretty cool to look at. 23 one-way contract going forward. Michael Chaput, Archibald. All right, these guys are all nobodies, and I don't want to get a lot of people with 1 year left because I don't want to have to bore you guys with a bunch of signing stage and contract stage for the very first video. I do want to get some followers, and doing all those boring things will not be the way to do it. All right, Vinny, you are on the team. We have a playmaker and a sniper, both right wings, but I can deal with that. One on the left side, one on the right side. Started to have a good third line right there. All right, Michael Johansson, Marcus Johansson. Carlo's another one everybody loves. I've never seen him develop over an 84. I'm sure you guys are all going to rip me apart saying, oh, he goes up to an 88 or a 90 and he, his top four, he comes exact, or, you know what? I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I get it. But he's really not what we're looking for. Any young guys here? Lee Stempniak. Jamel, he might be the guy here. Why, in real life, why does Paul Casey have a one-way extension? It makes no sense. I know it was only 700K, so you can bury him in the minors, but it screws you up on video games. Come on, GMs, get it together so we don't have this situation. All right, McNeil. Who do you have for goalies? Halak is your option. McIntyre, Vladar. Excuse me, I'm recording this. It's about 2 o'clock right now. Probably shouldn't be doing this. Probably sleeping. I do have a busy day tomorrow, but getting my setup all going here is pretty exciting. All right, let's go. Jeez, I'm gonna have to go Carlo, aren't I? Gonna have to go Carlo. 22. Is that a young guy or no? This guy's 22 as well. Oh, I can never say his name properly, but for his back, Carlson, top 9 potential, only 1 year left. But you know what? Change things up here. Could be another good year if he wants a two-way in the American League, but more than likely he's gonna have to play the fourth line for us. I remember when Bogajian had so much. Wow, I can't speak right now. Zach Bogajian. Worst part is I know his name. Pretty embarrassing right now. If I knew I should edit that out, I would. But really, it is not worth it. Again, one way deal. But he's in the AHL. You know what? It really is hard to keep going the whole time speaking here. I now have a lot more respect for those guys I follow on the YouTube platform doing franchise mode. This is the boring part, I must admit it. I'm used to doing this by myself, not used to having to entertain everybody along the way. Scott Wedgwood, you're just too old, buddy. Just too old. Think we're gonna have to pick up a guy here. I mean, you get Connor Sheary. He's 27, but 2 years left at a decent deal. I think he can fit in that top 6 pretty well. We're gonna have to go here with Connor Sheary. Where's my Mark Giordano? There he is. I mean, unless they have a steal of a prospect, I don't know of what to expect. Oh, and there he is, Rasmus Anderson. Top 4, medium, 22 years of age. Oh, boy. Two-way defender. Shooting skills are pretty good. No accuracy, though. No accuracy. Defensive pairing 3. I really don't care about my coach right now. He's not going to last too long. I'm probably going to fire him mid-next year. Oh, jeez. You know what? I'm going to go Anderson here. I'm going to develop because the first couple years are going to be bad. I know I want to pick Horde, and I know I'm going to pick Horde, but I think for the time being, I'm going to have to go with Rasmus Anderson here and make a play for the future, and hopefully you guys do understand that. Here's another one of my major frustrations. Hayden Fleury will not develop for me. I pick him up every year. He's a low elite, which I know it's a low elite, but he's a low elite, and he never develops. The other guy I got here is Brett Pesce, but he's a defensive defenseman, and I just have the hardest time with him. And with him being a defensive defenseman, his defense skills is only 3.5 stars. How ridiculous is that? Michael Furlan, just don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Martin Cook. Jeez Louise. You know what? Oh, he always wants so much money, too. Unrealistic. You can see the mop on top of my head there. It's never pretty. You know what? Let's give Pesce a try. 6 years at $4 million. It's not great. Defensive defenseman. But if I put him with the right guy, you put him with an offensive defenseman, he's going to get that +3. If you put him in the right scheme, he's going to get that +3 on the D. And that's what you want. But I'm going to go back because there's a better than not chance that I want to pick up a goalie there because they have my boy James Reimer. And I hate what they're doing to him. Another one, Coco. Like, Slater, you kill me with the way you progress and your demands for contracts. Just kill me. Gustafson, I mean, it's a pretty good trade bait, and if that's what I keep saying that's what we're talking about, so we can look there. John Hayden, he's only top 9. Top 9 is not great, but he's 24, 77 overall. One way, though? Yeah, one way. I don't know who's in that. I don't want Cam Ward. Oh, Anton Forsberg. I mean, he just never came around. He was supposed to be so good. He's a fringe starter. He's a high fringe starter. But you know what? We're going to go Gustafson. That is, 3 back-to-back D? Not ideal. Carl Soderberg. I'm probably going to pick you because I like you as a player. You're pretty good in real life here. Broussard, you're getting old. I mean, Soderberg, I guess, is old too. Wilson, Nikita Zadorov never actually develops into anything. Matt Nieto. Sven. We all love ourselves some Sven. Anton Lindholm might be the way to go again. With 1 year left, is he going to want a one-way deal? And I mean, I'm absolutely not going to play him in the NHL next year. And now we're just getting down to overalls, which are unrealistic for their ages. Zadorov is 24. I've already taken too many defensemen here. Colin Wilson, Matt Calvert. Matt Calvert might be... What is he? Is he a sniper? He's a sniper too. Need to get some defensive guys here. I don't want to go Sven. Yeah, 2 years left at 1.9. What are you? You're 2-way forward. Matty Nieto, welcome to Thunder Bay, where you need to get your Canada Goose parka. Matt Duchene, 1 year left. He's just going to leave, and I'm not going to pay him what he wants to stay. Boone Jenner. I've loved you since you played for Team Canada there in the World Junior Championship half a decade or so ago. Nudavara, I mean, again, it's a really good option. But I'm going to stick my boy Josh Anderson here. Oh, sorry, MacBook just kicked out there. Gonna go with Josh Anderson here, try to make it as delightful as possible. I think the Leafs should pick him up, and if you can't tell from my wrong hand, if you can't tell from where are my hands, there they are, the Leafs. Yes, the Blue Jays, the Leafs up there. I'm a big Leafs fan. That's okay. Don't have to be smart to be one, as you can tell from my inability to use this software correctly. Wow, they got nobody, Dallas. You're killing me. Anton Khudobin, welcome to the team. Detroit. What a dumpster fire of an organization. The one thing, though, right now, they do have a Valentine's Day special where you buy one ticket, you get one free. I'm only a few hours from the arena, so that's actually not too bad. As much as I love the Leafs, and I'm going to love the Leafs the rest of my life, I've always said that maybe it's not a bad idea to become a Red Wings fan because they're pretty close. Same as Buffalo, actually. And the tickets are dirt cheap. I go to the Leafs game quite often, and when I do go to the playoffs, like it just, I feel like I'm selling my soul to be able to go to a playoff game. And in fact, I have sold stuff to be able to go see these playoff games for the Leafs. But what was it? 3 years ago when they played, or the first time they played Boston, so 2.5, 3 years ago now, I was right on the goal line, and it was game three, and it was one that Freddie Anderson with like a couple seconds left made that diving stick save to keep it a win for the Leafs. Oh my goodness, it was right there. Do not like Freddie Anderson, but that was a really cool thing to see. It was like perfect sign light. I was only a couple rows up from the glass. It was absolutely phenomenal. De Kaiser's contract sucks. Ferk with a guy with no vowels. Madison Bowie, whatever you want to say. Lukey Glendening. Chris Terry. It's top 6, top 9. 1 year left. These guys are absolutely killing me. Just killing me. Giovanni. I feel like I get you every year. You just sit there. You do get up to an 80. I'll give you that. He gets up to about an 80. He's a great fourth line player. What's he listed as? A grinder. He's not even that physical, though. A little too weak to be a grinder. Hickett's and Turgeon, they're both 23, 72 overalls, two-way guys. Oh, jeez. Jacob De La Rose, supposed to be so much better than you were. I don't know if it's your fault or I don't know if it's Montreal's fault for what they did to you after trading, but either way, you did not develop into the player you were expected to. I mean, look at this dumpster fire. Cromwell's 38, don't want him. Thomas Vanek's 35. I mean, he's a one-hit wonder. De Kaiser, though. I don't know how De Kaiser sims. I can't figure it out, but I don't want to take the chance. Franz Nielsen's 35. Just not the guys I want. And I mean, I don't want Jonathan Bernier. Been down that road too many times. Turgeon, you know what? Dominic, welcome to the team. I don't have a lot of centers yet, and the ones I do have aren't that good, so Adam Larson. If you watch a couple other channels here, they one thing you always do say is Adam Larson is good for a first overall pick or lottery pick when you do trade him. It doesn't matter where you trade him to, he tends to bring a first round pick with him, and that first round pick usually turns into something good, so I'm not even going to fight it. Adam Larson, welcome to the team. Jacob McGinn, Ian McCoshen. 1 year left, two-way, but he's going to want a one-way deal on his whenever I have to re-sign him. Just don't want to deal with that. Is there anybody here that can develop in the AHL? Bottom 6, 7, 7, 7, top 9. Oh, if you had Dryden, if you had a couple years left, I'd take you, but I don't want to have to re-sign you. So, Colton. You're so old, Colton. Caution, you might have to be it. Unless I want to take a chance. 25-78. You're 1 year, one way. Come on, Uyghur. Riley Sheehan. Jean-Sebastien. Yep. Took French my entire life. Took it all through high school, mainly for a girl, but did it anyway. Took it all through high school, and now that I'm out of high school, out of college, and in the real world, I really cannot speak any French. Not that I could through high school either, but I did try and pretend. Goalies. Dreimers. Oh, they're not updated rosters. That's right. That is right. You have absolutely no trade value, Dreimer. None. I know that for a fact. All right, McCaution. Welcome to the team. Who do we have here? Alec Martinez, I should say. Oh. Jazz top Blazers after blowing call. Way to go, NBA refs. It's one thing I do like with the NBA that I wish the NHL did more instead of NHL just blindly defending every mistake ever made by an NHL ref. They have that last 2-minute wrap up or last 3-minute wrap up where the NBA analyzes what goes on and says, we made a mistake here, we made a mistake here, we made a mistake here. Awesome. It gets people off your back. It makes so much more sense. But no, the NHL's, oh no, you guys are in the wrong. That definitely was not a blown call. Like, come on. You make mistakes. We all do. I ref. I make mistakes every single day. It happens, but the way the NHL handles themselves and the way they handle publicity, just not great at all. Kyle Clifford, the newest Toronto Maple Leaf. Fun fact, I have played baseball against Kyle Clifford growing up. From a small town here in southwestern Ontario, when I used to live and work on a farm before I realized that I prefer dealing with computers and inside more than the outside. But who am I to judge? Tyler Toffoli. My right wings. I'm getting too many of you guys. Need to start balancing it out. Although you'll find that's one thing with me. Right wing, left wing, don't really care. And even with centers, I mean, I look at their face-offs, and half the time a winger has better face-offs than center, and to me, face-off possession is really important. I coach that. I draw plays for face-offs all the time. That is very important to me, and I think if you're a young kid out there and you are looking to, get better in something, get better in face-offs. You hear Sidney Crosby talk about it every single year. Love him or hate him, the guy's a master at his position. And what does he do? He practices face-offs year after year after year. Everyone's like, well, you only win 1 and 2. You're only 50%. Yeah, but it's better than being 40%. Because we all know what happens in the NHL. When you lose a face-off in a defensive zone, you get scored on. And we don't need you getting scored on. Stayok and Hamilton. Alright, Spurgey, you're on the team. But, hey, there's some coach talk in an NHL video. You're going to get a lot of that. My friends don't even invite me to games anymore. So we have a junior hockey team here. In the OHL and again going to the Leafs games or Sabres or Red Wings games, whatever's available. My friends and family absolutely hate it because I just sit there and critique everything that's going on. Now, I do understand how hypocritical that is, but you know what they say, those who can't do teach. And although I played a couple seasons as a call-up for my local junior teams, I never really amounted to anything, and although I thought I could not. So now I just sit here and pretend I am a superstar that I am not and critique everybody else. So for those of you who want to say, well, you can't do it, you shouldn't judge them, you're right. I can't do it. But I do have great vision. I grew up as a goalie. So my vision from the back end out and kind of understanding things is pretty high. And again, I study a lot of film and try to understand as many things as I can to make sure that I have one goalie, so Soros, welcome to the team. Try to understand as many things as possible to make myself a better hockey player and a better coach. Actually, just the reason I'm up so late is I got home from my men's league game. It did not go well. I shouldn't say that. It was a 3-3 game. but it's a very chippy tonight. We had a sub come in for us. We were short benched, and the sub took a couple hard slashes, or I should say he slashed a couple people pretty hard. And my Friday night league is just for fun. So is my Sunday morning league. We don't get too competitive. We do. Excuse me. We don't have any refs. We just we have set teams and all that kind of stuff, and we play by the rules, but we don't have any refs until we hit playoffs, and we pick up refs just to make it more interesting. But it doesn't usually get heated. Like the guys we play against, I actually play for them on Sunday mornings, so it's very I try to keep it as calm as possible. But this sub has been out a couple times, and the team we play, they don't back check, they just forecheck the whole time, and he got tired of it, and he was playing D, so the guy didn't come back, and he got a breakaway pass, and our guy just turned around and two-handed his stick, and oh my goodness, tempers were flaring. So it's got a little out of hand, but I just told the one guy, look, I don't want to fight. He's like, I don't want to fight either. So we both agreed that if anything happened, we would just bear hug each other and make it look like we were going at it. But I mean, most of us, we have to go to work the next day. I had to come home and do a YouTube video. So although I'm sure it'd be cool to black eye, it's not something that's ideal. 24 years old, 3 years left, one-way deal. Wow, what a bad contract. Tanner Fritz, so you're bottom 6 no matter what. But we had one guy return from injury, and he's when we hit playoffs, he usually plugs in a GoPro in his helmet, and I mean, we all make fun of him for it. It's ridiculous, but I was talking to him tonight about what to buy, and he gave me some ideas, and definitely be looking into. I guess I'll just take Lanner and try to re-sign him. Looking into doing some of that. Now again, I'm a terrible player, and I'm 100% expecting to get ridiculed, but it will be fun. I like to keep things interesting and make things as fun as possible and get made fun of. That is what keeps you young. I'm pretty sure they have. Oh no, Tokarski. Another guy that you expected to do something special and never did. Jesper Fast. Tony. I think I gotta pick you up, Tony. I'm gonna have too many D though. Excuse me, I'm gonna have too many D though. Ottawa. What are we doing here? Nobody ever knows what Ottawa's doing. Just look at goalies real quick. Mike Conn, Nielsen, Hogberg. Bottom 6, top 9. I pick up Oscar Lindbergh. He always resigns for a 2-way contract for me, and I just bury him in the minors. Build up the morale on the AHL team, but the guy himself is an absolute plug. Andreas Englund. Don't even know who you are, but I think you are all your defense, of course. You know what? You're burying the minors anyways. It's not like I'm filling my main roster with too many D here. Matty Niskanen, Jamie Braun, Scotty Lawton. You know what? I do like Scotty Lawton as a player. Heart and soul guy. Got his act together, stopped taking dumb penalties, and now he's able to do a couple things on the ice and put up some important minutes for the Philadelphia Flyers. Talbot and Elliott, you guys are just too old. Just too old. What do we have going on here? Top 9. 23, 72. 1 year left. Nicholas. But I think we're going to have to do that. 2 centers. 3 left wings. Do we have a left wing kicking around? Your AHL top 6. Don't really care about you. You're a defenseman. Don't really care about you. You're a defenseman. Looking at years here. So I got 2 years left. You know what? Scotty Lawton. See what you can bring to the team here. Make something happen. And Pittsburgh has Sidney Crosby. No. We have Brian Rust. Now I'm surprised he's only an 80 because he does play pretty well for Pittsburgh. But Casey Smith. Top 60. Sometimes I see top 60 and I get excited thinking they're forwards. But, of course, Oh my goodness, excuse me. What time is it? It's getting real late. But of course, they are not top 6 forwards. They are top 6D, and I get hurt all over again. I don't know. Jimmy Hayes. Who are you? Matt Cullen, 42 years old. I can pick you just so you can retire. That might be what I do, because I don't think you guys have anybody I'm interested in. I'm just going to let all you guys walk. Like, I don't want to waste my time with AHL top 6 forwards. I'm sorry. You're just not the type of players I want in my franchise mode. You're going to take away development from somebody else. You're just not the type of guys I want. Dominic Simon, welcome to the team. San Jose, Brent Burns, welcome to the team. I don't think there's anybody that can make me not want to take Brent Burns here, but I will check, because I've been wrong before and I will be wrong again. Any weird guys sitting down here, it's like, oh my goodness, high elite? No. So what we're going to do is an exact elite with Brent Burns, and we're going to offload him for a couple first round picks, hopefully. Perron. You know what? That's not a bad contract. When they first signed it, I'm like, what a terrible contract, but it's not that bad. Although he is being exposed in the expansion draft. And I'm sure he will be in the actual expansion draft here next year. But you never know. Schmaltzy. Wallman. Welcome to the team, kid. Alright, Tampa Bay. Ryan McDonough. Yanni Gord. Oh, 6 years at 5.1. No, thank you. 27 years old, though. 21. Anthony Cirelli. I mean, you guys a beaut. Guy can do things in franchise mode that other people wish they could. Adam Ern. I mean, I just don't want to deal with your face all the time. I know that is terrible, considering the fact my face is terrible, but you know what? We make comments and jokes like that anyway, because we play sports, and that's what you do in sports. I'm sorry to tell you. But he's a high top 6. That's pretty exciting. High top 9 for Cirelli, Brandon Corborn, Killer. You know what? Do we gotta go Killer here? 5 years left at 4.4. 29 years old. Andre Platino. Yanni Gord. How do you sim Yanni Gord? Vasilevsky? No Vasilevsky. How do you sim? You know what? We need to pick up. I don't want Cirelli though. Cedric, I don't want you. Adam Ern. You know what? Sorry, Ern, you're on the team. So as I was talking earlier about Adam Enrique, I have also went to high school with Jake Muzzin. Did not have a very good first interaction with him, as I may or may not have hit on a girlfriend of his, now wife, I believe. But playing high school hockey, he was already playing for Sioux, and he came out to a couple of our practices whenever we had the opportunity. So he'd come out and just let it rip. Good, you know, everybody, if you make the NHL, it doesn't matter how bad you are. It doesn't matter if you're a Paul Bissonnette where everybody just talks about you, how big of a duster you are, up to Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid. If you make the NHL, you are better than most. And I can say the hardest shot I've ever taken has been from Jake Muzzin. The guy can let it rip. Just almost took my hand off. But great kid, great player. Nothing wrong with him at all. You know what? We're going to go Dermott here. Hopefully he is able to grow. I don't think he grows well in franchise mode. Oh my goodness, you guys... You're my team, and you're all just back. Josh Juris, forgot about you riding down in the minors, but you know what? You won a Calder Cup down there. Trevor Moore helped us get Kyle Clifford and helped us get our backup goalie, who is Jordan Subban. That's not our backup goalie. Backup goalie in Jack Campbell, who was supposed to be the next big thing when he arrived, coming out of that amazing Dmitry Timashov. How good do you get? When he had that amazing World Juniors for USA, but just Anaheim got rid of him pretty early. No, sorry, not Anaheim. Dallas. Then he went to LA, and he just never really found his footing. So it's a little unfortunate, but you always get excited when you see a goalie that comes up, plays that well, and you really hope that can happen for everybody, but it does not. I'm not going to look at the goalie situation in Toronto because it is not good. But I believe Markstrom is available here. No questions asked. I'm taking Markstrom. Samsonov. Oh, Copley. All right, top 6, top 9. Top 6 forward. Andre Burakovsky. Ooh, Christian Juice. Andre Burakovsky. And from Winnipeg Jets, we are going to take Tyler Myers. Just kidding. We will not be taking Tyler Myers. We are going to take probably Matty Perreault or Adam Lowry. We need centers, so I'm going to probably take Adam Lowry unless 26 and 80. 3 years left, which is nice. Andrew Kopp isn't that good. Broadhurst is terrible. Spacek, he does get good, actually. He's a 69 here. In the one league I'm working on right now, or I was working on before I decided to do a YouTube channel, he got up to about an 84, playing on my third or fourth line. Like, and he never went above, but playing on a third or fourth line. And you really can't get mad at that, you know what I mean? Like, it's good enough to get what you need. But all right, Adam Lowry, welcome to the team. Finished draft here. Okay. Welcome to Thunder Bay, where we are going to have some fun. All right. And although we have draft interviews there, it is getting super late here. Also, I need to figure out how to make this work and edit it and get it to YouTube. So thank you so much for stopping by. Next time we will go to draft interviews and do the draft and get all the way up into the beginning of this season. Don't forget to like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and leave as many comments as you want. Let me know what you guys like, what you don't like, and what you kind of come to expect from me. So again, appreciate it. Coach out.